all these guys are experienced. Every single one of them having an international title on IG. They know what is on the precipice here. They know that this could be their final game of split number 2. Meiko is the hover and the insta lock-in from IG on the blue side for game number 4.
I guess they're, like, for me, if you let through Nico Varus, like, that is a Thanos-level bot lane. There's no way you can win a lane to that with what's left. But, so getting away the Nico, and this is a pick that's been so big for On. Maybe they're gambling that it wasn't going to be picked by IG. I think this gives them massive edge already. Nico is the highest presence champion that we have in LPL playoffs, and it's 6-0 in the playoffs. It's been a massive pick for On. I think he's 8-0 on it overall. So, yeah, they got to deny the Varus. Good poke identity showing so far with the Jace Varus. And now going to have to see what they can do to crack it. MF's still up. I think that is probably the likely pick here for Gala.
I could see it for sure. I think, you know, you have some different options as well. I think the factor of what this bot lane is going to play out to has been super important, at least in the last 2 games themselves. I will say there's a lot to choose from. The Vi, which has slipped in priority here in this series, will be picked up by Jiejie.
Fade Vi. I'm on it. I'm with it.
Yeah. I'm here for it.
Wow,
they're just going to dive.
Possibility this could be a Nico mid. As the top side is picked up, and Vi Nico is definitely nothing to scoff at. It very much can be a very dominant mid-jungle duo. We can play fast from there. I think, yeah, Xin Zhao going to be the pick here for Beichuan. I think the identity we have... I mean, the identity we have showing so far for BLG, this is easily a game 1 comp, frankly, from what we've seen all split for LPL. Like, Jace, Varus, Xin, I think BLG is really happy getting this in game 4.
It's locked in, man. That is tough to deal with. A lot of dive, a lot of execution-based setup right now for IG. I mean, if we're looking at the last couple of games, maybe that's not the best thing. But this team, maybe they've woken up. They say, this is how we get our way forward. Now in the second phase of bans, though, this is the important setup. We have to think of what still needs to be picked through, and particularly what On is looking to play here in the support role. The misfortune, he's going to be that banned by BLG.
I'm really curious to see what Gala plays. As the MF taken off the board, there's no Jhin, there's no Ezreal, no Kalista, no Ashe.
What other options viable?
What other options do you have? Yeah, no, Ziggs is 100% viable.
He was the best Ziggs in 2024 in the LPL. 100%. 100%. Now, that's last year, and he's still been really good on the Ziggs, but I do wonder how viable it is. The Bard is going to be the ban towards On.
I like that. Potential immobile bot laner being picked up. I mean, you could run like Jinx Lulu if you really want to put the Nico mid, or like just play a Jinx comp in the back half. I think a Braum ban with Xin Varus might be kind of appropriate too, just given how low we are on supports. Braum and a Nico is pretty stinky. You can't mitigate some of the damage, but if you're scared about a backdoor on hit Varus angle, or take away Rakan. Ban Rakan. What am I talking about? Ban Rakan.
On's Rakan is nasty.
Yeah, I think you take away Rakan here.
If On gets Rakan, this comp is really tough to crack.
I mean, Rakan you can only piggyback off Xin so far. A lot of bot lane priority banned out with Bard, Annalise. So if you want to go Rakan, I think they're kind of signing up to have a losing bot lane, but you're like, because especially if you put Nico down there, it's quite good. You could Karma and Nico. So this is valid. It's really good for lane. The issue is that you get one shot later on. So Beichuan's the only one that can really play interruption. And it's going to be really important that they're able to find that. Can't pick Ezreal there, my friend. I think it's going to be Sivir.
Really, I could do it, right? Like, if we want game 5, you let me lock it in.
I think it's Sivir. This could really help Vi and Vesa. I mean,
a wave clear.
You get late game, yeah. The spell shield is nice playing against the Varus. Okay.
I don't like that one as much.
You get double outranged, which can be hard, but again, Nico is such a strong laner. I think that's where the idea kind of comes from.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of the time, at least on paper, obviously execution is very different. Corki's going to get left behind in a lot of these setups and see what they can do for the in-between there. This was a pick that was banned away and kept away from Rookie by BLG in that last game. See if they actually do end up logging in. The smile there. A little bit of hesitancy, but they do end up going with the rise for Rookie. Insta lock.
Okay.
Let's go, Knight.
This is a pretty good game for Cassio. It's a low-range game. Definitely puts a bit of a timer on IG. because Cassio does hit a point later on where it's really tough to kill her. And I think uniquely, this does give BLG the ability to win out on some side lanes later on. So for me, it's going to be a lot about seeing what Rookie and Jiejie can do early on in these games, Mazel. Because I think the Rise and the Vi, a lot of single target lockdown. You can play into the bot lane. I do think the Gala and Meiko are going to be on the back foot against the Varus Karma. But the ability to one-shot, which is very real, if you are IG versus BLG, Cassio plays really well into that. Because you're getting a really tanky build, regardless of what Knight's going to build.
Yeah.
We'll see if he goes double scaling items or just one. But yeah, this is an interesting game for Cassio, but I like it. It's a really low-range composition, and I really feel like that Cassio can be very strong for Knight. Not a pick that we've seen Knight play all split. So it's going to be a unique one for him, and frankly, I think he picked it at the right time.
It is the time now, because we're in game number 4, one game away from BLG, making it to a 3rd in a row MSI performance. But if we're looking at the heart of the LPL, there's so many fans, so much of the community behind this IG roster. Get Rookie to internationals. Get this team who set themselves up with the weight on their shoulders at the beginning of the year, saying we want to return glory to IG and to the LPL, for them to be able to make that step forward and get us to a Game 5 to potentially be that MSI representative. Whoever wins this series here, they will be one of the 2 seeds we send to that international. But not only that, they will be fighting for that grand finals. That moment in the stars against AL. Who can do it? IG versus BLG, game number 4, starting now. Another level 1 by BLG here to start it off.
They're strong. You got a Mantra Karma. But Meiko can find some decent poke here. Still feels like BLG going to be able to brute force this, and they will actually kill out the ward that was dropped by Jiejie. So that's a small win for them. As that double Comet bot lane, IG going to have to find a way to deal with that one. Knight did opt for the Conqueror this game. So a little bit of move speed taken away by the Cassio. But dear Lord, I don't know how they're going to be able to force this Cassio out of lane.
Yeah.
With the second wind, with the unflinching, I mean, this is going to be really difficult to go into if you are Rookie and IG. And again, I cannot emphasize enough how much I really believe Cassio can take over this game. Your biggest weakness as Cassio is that you're range gated. You are not range gated against anything this game. And with the full dive, your ability to go those tankier items early on and have that just raw DPS. I mean, once we get to that break point where Knight gets to survive the dive, really feel like this game is going to be advantage BLG. And they have the side laners that can be strong enough to get there. And Elk and On bullying out this thing. You can see the double Comet already forcing a pot out of Meiko as he's at half. And then that Jace, we've seen how strong Jace is, especially in the hands of Bin.
Yeah, we had a clip of him earlier.
Yeah, should be double side lane prio for BLG to help Knight on this Cassio scale. I love the setup they have so far.
Double barrier early in the trades in bot lane, 2v2. A little bit of a lane, at least push coming in from BLG's side of things. Gonna look for priority across the map too.
Yeah, we have seen Jiejie clean up his red side camps, as it was a Raptor start for him. Red last. Meanwhile, Beichuan did start red. Raptors last on his side, but we have a mirrored clear this game. So a little bit of less interaction between the junglers setup we have.
Maybe DJ likes that though. I don't know, after last couple of games.
I mean, if you want to get nitty gritty of it, Xin wins early, so I think this is good for Jiejie.
Absolutely.
So if you can flip any of these matchups in the top side, I will say, Bin just dropped a ward. I'm sure this was reported by TheShy. It does look like that ward was placed outside of the brush on accident, though, if you look at the minimap.
Oh, true, yeah, actually.
So that could be something that Jiejie could punish. As again, Jace is gone for that 3-wave crash, and TheShy is able to maybe play this bounce out right. Could be a little bit stronger, but he does have his jungler up here. And again, looking on the Jace, definitely something where you can set Jace behind. It doesn't always matter if you get the 2 items on Jace. It doesn't really matter what time the game it is. You're going to be strong as hell.
Yeah.
But delaying that could be nice.
And isn't this such a beautiful if you're just looking at BLG's side of things, for what has worked for them? I know we talked about Elk and On a decent amount, and they've been really big in this series, but our main point in this series was the solo lanes and how strong these matchups are going to look like. And right now, Bin and Knight are on their special, and they're looking good. Meanwhile, we talk about the solo lanes. We get a little bit of action in bot lane as Beichuan has made his way down there. Will burn the flash and the heal from Meiko.
That was a
Gala.
really nice flash from Meiko, as he just was able to space the E from Elk, and if that connects, I do think he goes down. Would have been close. So the fact that he flashed into that one preemptively, very nice. But another good look from Beichuan.
Oh, a little bit of trading.
Yeah, rookie's on a man of mid.
Oh,
That could be dangerous.
Gala. Oh my gosh, Gala. That pat, like, I'm absolutely flabbergasted. Gala will just go down. First blood for Bilibili.
Was put in a tough spot. I mean, look at the wave. The bounce from BLG. They had their jungler down here. And this is 2 games in a row where Beichuan is really focused on that bot lane. It's been good. Meanwhile, Knight might go down.
Oh, they... Oh, no! No!
Oh, no! Rookie's dead!
Oh, my God. Rookie's dead.
Oh.
Knight gets the solo bolo. The outplay of a century by the golden left hand of BLG. And now Ben looking for his own solo. We talked about the solo lanes, and they are showing up big. The flash hit back.
Wait, TheShy wins.
Swing.
He
I think
gets the shield up, he
might have
wins.
that entrance here.
He gets the shield up, he wins. He does. Oh, he doesn't want to flip it. But you say it's an outplay. I think it's a misplay from Jiejie Mazel. You got to hit that combo if you're going for it as the jungler of IG. That does not connect, and that's just utter disaster for IG across the map as both those carries go down.
No shot.
No, Ben's going to agree the wave. He's going to agree the wave. He can kill it within... Yeah, watch this. With Jace, you just delete the wave. You're fine.
Though.
That wave gets in. Very nice. No, that's very good. He gets out in time. Plenty of time. Well played, Ben. That's really nice. I love... Man, Ben's so good at finding the right times to greed like that. Like, I really feel like that's what sets him...
the man's locked in. He said
apart.
99%. He don't want to be wrong.
Yeah. I really feel like that's what sets him apart with some of the other top laners. But, man, this is such an air from Jiejie. Like, you have to hit this. You can play into the Cassio early. It's a rune prison. You know what it was? He went through the ground. He couldn't flash during the ground. It ended up being a flash afterwards. It looks disastrous, but a big misplay by Jiejie. And they're not going to show the coach cam for that. They know too. I can't blame Rookie for that death. That's a big error from Jiejie, just not respecting the ground from the Cassio. And Knight is able to slink his way out of there, picks up the kill on the rise, and gets off to a hot start for BLG. They're going to take the dragon to the back half too. And
gotta love the snake lore from Kelsey.
We got lore.
Has a little bit of action on top side. Ben
flash.
he uses hammer
He's
swing
dead.
back, but he will just end up forfeiting his life.
Yeah,
Gonna try to maybe get the wave on the way out, but yeah, really good setup and a little bit of redemption from Jiejie, and TheShy will get on the board for IG.
No flashes burned there. Just a clean and best of I gank. That's an FU to Jace for sure.
We've seen this one before.
Not much they can do to play out of that one, but a win bot would be bigger for BLG if it can connect.
Both Gala and Meiko
good
dodging out of
sidesteps.
the respective skill shots levied their way. Gala gonna use the Valkyrie back under turret, but Elk trying to pop some shots as well. The hail of arrows here. Knight coming over, has the grounding, can go over, but the piercing arrow claims anyways. Gala before any of the fight kicks off, and Beichuan gets the kill on the other side. Rookie is so late. Is it gonna be nearly enough? Tries to get at the dodge from On. He blocks it for his carry, and that's gonna be On, claiming his own kill. Almost everybody
The
from
Shy's got
BLG
nothing.
has a kill.
Yeah, he can't turn this. The health bars are low, but BLG get out with highway robbery as again the 2 carries go down. Really, really well played there by On. The heal, the shields were big. The barrier from Elk too. I thought Rookie, played that fight out well enough to try and pick up Elk, but just didn't account for the Sunder spells that were available.
Man,
Beichuan gonna
like
mantra
this.
E his way on out. A little bit less tempo. Some loss there for BLG. Might help IG secure the grubs, but Jiejie, he's getting out of the death chamber. He's going straight bot side. And man, what a hot start for BLG, built around this bot lane yet again. We said that it might not be the sexiest matchup on paper, Mazel, when you look at these teams going toe-to-toe. We felt like this matchup could have been decided by bot lane, and man, sure as hell feels that way in games 2, 3, and 4.
It truly does, and he's like, they didn't give me MVP for that last game. I'll make them give me MVP. Saving Elk in the nick of time. Now IG gonna get a rebuttal on the map by trying to take these grubs. Don't see any contest coming their way, so they will at least get the 3 grubs going for themselves.
I mean, could be good for Mbessa. I really feel like that's their way out. Like, you put your chips in the Shy. And Mbessa can be a disgusting champion if you get rolling. So, Because you're not stopping the Casio. Like, once Casio hits her breakpoints, if she gets there early, and it does look like Knight's going for the double scaling items, good luck. As you really have no hope of winning this matchup as the Rise if you miss those early windows. And, well, thanks to an oopsie from Jiejie, yeah, they certainly missed that early window. And then, I mean, Elk, again, we talked so much about this Varus Mazel and how you just guarantee mid-prio. Well, Elk's ahead. Look at that mid-prio. It's guaranteed. Look at how BLG's playing around it. I feel like this is where BLG is at their best, when they are able to play with priority and force stuff. Good job here by Beichuan. I mean, that's a free red buff. Him and Knight walk on out, and Jiejie can do nothing but watch.
And again, you look at the recent history of BLG. They subbed out Wei. They brought in Beichuan from TT. We were wondering, like, this team was struggling in the regular season. Then they went on like a 4-5 win streak when they set Beichuan into the roster in those best of threes. They went on a massive one, pulling back what was a disastrous start to the regular season to now continue leveling up and now finding the solo moments, having leads across the board. And Knight now stepping up to TheShy. Gonna take him down. Goes in with the healing, though. Knight absolutely almost out of mana.
Back one more Q.
Needs to be a little bit careful. Gonna chase him down with the twin fangs. Couple more to the back, and TheShy goes down to the golden left hand.
I love this pick from Knight. What a great time to pull it out here. As again, your ability to play side lanes with this champion is real.
Cease and assist on the Ben. Ben flashes, trying to get away from Jiejie. Jiejie will get the kill in the end. Beichuan is still in the fight. They've got on the way. Rookie's going to try to realm warp them out. Jiejie barely makes it in. Ooh. Does indeed. Ends up, I think, flashing. And that will end up being the IG escape from top lane.
I will say that if Beichuan is able to cancel that, at least on the Rise, I do think he had 3 charges of the Talon Strike lock. Gala might. Okay. Elk could have traded flash for flash there if he wanted to with the Chains of Corruption. Not going to opt for it. But BLG get more on the bot side than IG get on the top side. And again, I think Knight's just the walking terror of this game. Like, this is where Casio can be so strong. I mean, I talked to APA actually a lot about this champion. It's always been something that APA has been willing to pull out, especially when he was in NACL and felt like he was a better laner than a lot of players. Like, you have to be a bit of a lane bully as the Casio. Because again, like, the one weakness that you have on this champion is that you're really range gated. It doesn't matter this game. Like, there's no range on IG's con. You get to be God as Casio in this one.
But isn't that just perfect for Knight? Hasn't he just been, I feel like, the god of the LPL, at least in recent history?
Like, not on this champion. I do feel like Knight has been really good on the ADs and some of the playmakers. Casio is not, I get a pick that historically has been able to play, but again, hasn't played it yet this split. Doesn't look like it matters. As presence of mind doing working overtime there. Yeah.
That's 2 of them.
Well.
Dragon secured. And that'll be on the stacking spree for BLG. We talked about last game how important the dragon stacking ended up being, especially preemptively. And while we are 12 minutes in with 2 dragons taken, Dragon Soul will get closer and closer. It is a Chemtech Soul this time around. Right now it is IG looking for some pick plays on the side of the map. They have Meiko up here as well as Jiejie.
Yeah, Bin's no flash, put the wave in, play on him. I think this is their best play out. BLG going to have to play some defense here. I think the other way that IG can play their way back in against, again, Nico's really strong right now. The Karma matchup in the Meiko, we saw this one be popular at the start and then kind of go away. Because you get to win lane as Karma, but then you don't get to do anything else. TheShy thinks he has help.
You instantly flashes away. On's going to get into the root range, and he does end up connecting as Meiko tries to go for a big pop blossom on the back end. TheShy's trying to fight his way out, but Meiko might sacrifice his life for that when they have the angle, and the wind becomes lightning, and Meiko becomes dead.
That was a misplay by Meiko. Like, if you're going to even think about popping R, you always want to have your E afterwards because it's the free chain. The fact that he threw the thorns out first and then threw out the R meant that you missed out on the chain, missed out on your Q pop, and missed out on a lot of the damage from the Meiko. So, misplay there by and a little bit of desync, frankly, from IG. Of course, TheShy was the one playing much further up in that scenario, and he's going to have to think of more ways to play into bin, because I do feel like this is IG's way to play out the mid game. Just go attack that Jace with the Via Mbessa. I mean, really easy to play that out as TheShy, right? You just wait for that Vyar to connect and go from there.
See if they can
Connect there.
execute a little bit more. Yeah. In the end, as we are going to get those double scalings. I want to check in on item completions because both junglers obviously haven't completed theirs. You have that clips completed for TheShy.
Yeah, no surprises yet.
Yeah, a little bit early there than Ben, but obviously got the back off beforehand. But this is where you can really start seeing some of these bruisers skirmish a little bit more once they hit those. And we have about a minute until that Rift Herald spawns.
Yeah, I do love the Shojin Rush on Ben. I think this item is like really strong.
I think TheShy thought it was going to be Ben. He's like, oh, crap.
Too. He does have Meiko sneakily, but they need 3 to kill the Cassio. And as long as On's hovering, I mean, there's just no way they can ever get through this pick. Again, like, I think the biggest difference on the screen, we did have a rookie out of base. He walked bot with a Roa. But look at the Roa's 4 stacks to 0.
Yep.
Showing how far ahead Knight is. And again, has that lost chapter as he's getting to the Seraphs, of course. Gotta buy boots as the rise. Cassio does get that move speed per level with her passive, so a little bit unique there. Able to skip that over for Knight, but does help you get to these scaling items faster. And again, I don't see a way you break the Cassio later on. And IG, for me, like this comp, they kind of need to take off now. They have not been able to find the plays to do so with the Vi Neeko. We have not seen Jiejie and Meiko sync up yet.
We haven't. And I gotta say, I mean, this has been a little bit of a weird, wonky run for BLG through the playoffs, but they've been ramping up since before the playoffs. And I think getting to see them have that 3-0 over top esports and then barely falter to AL in the end, I mean, this team has that fighting strength. It feels like they've, again, ramped up into that beast we know them as. Because IG are on the wrong side of Albuquerque. Let's see if they can get out of this situation. All 5 of BLG just hovering around each other, realizing their team fight is extremely strong here. They do end up getting the Tangle Barb there on the Beichuan. Here comes the flank, TheShy. He might have the angle. They get the Petrifying Gaze in, and Elk is just kiting masterfully. They get the one back, and now Ben turns the fight around. TheShy going in. No, he's not going to find it just yet. Knight gets locked down. A big shutdown goes over to TheShy. Hammer slam. Ben trying to take down TheShy now, too. Beichuan comes back into the fight, and this Xin Zhao is actually getting work done. Elk gonna take down TheShy in the end, and Beichuan cleans up the rest of IG.
I thought it was a good fight, actually, from Gala, but Knight really strong in this fight, was able to tank up a lot. And, man, again, really impressed by the fight there, frankly, from BLG. I thought Gala actually played that one really well. I'm kind of curious to see the replay, because I know you were focused on Beichuan. I was kind of focused on how Gala played this one. As Meiko did a nice job. He burned a lot of time, and the angle from TheShy, I mean, this is a good start. Like, he gets a really good entrance to the fight. They sync up on Elk, just can't take him down. The barrier ends up doing some work. The ult missed from TheShy. I think if he throw, I know Elk was able to kind of get out and around. He was going for Knight there, who does fall to Meiko. Yeah, Beichuan ended up doing work. I still really liked how Gala played this out. I know IG's behind. I feel like Gala played out a really nice fight. Like, this is a nice play from him. He is going to get cleaned up by Beichuan. And maybe if Meiko's able to force on Elk there with TheShy, they can turn it. But, I mean, IG being down a man in that scenario is honestly not too terrible. I think what's terrible is that when you get back on the map, it does look like BLG was able to clean up Soul Point for themselves.
Yeah.
That's going to be hard.
Tough. Oh, Knight in trouble now. He still has the Petrifying Gaze. They realized that. They immediately back away, but the rest of BLG was moving down.
The Cassio is really scary. Again, double scaling items secured. As,
Gala got the root.
No flash.
The Pot Blossom onto 3, onto 4 actually for Meiko, but Gala still pays with his life. On is alive? There's the public execution coming out on a Knight. TheShy will get the big pick. Rookie and Jiejie, they're hesitant. And TheShy is just being left to the wolves. Jiejie finally goes in. On is still here to provide some shielding, some rooting.
We're waiting.
Gets Jiejie in the end. Ben finds a big pick there. Now looking on to Jiejie. Beichuan still cooking here. Hammer Slam comes in. Ban is going to go down, but it's Beichuan through it all. He's still fighting. This Xin Zhao, this player, this man coming into BLG. He is the newbie, but he makes the difference. 7-0-5 for BLG's jungler.
He's been huge in these last 2 games. We were questioning where the Xin Zhao was all series, especially with the Trundle ban that's been consistent all series. Beichuan finds it in game 4 and is popping off with the karma. We really didn't talk about this synergy between these 2 champions we've seen in the past as a mid-jungle duo. But man, I mean, the way that On's playing this with Beichuan, quite nice. Again, I felt like the start of the fight was, I mean, okay for IG. Yes, Gala goes down, gets traded out, or at least tries to trade out by On. Yes, On lives. That ends up being critical in the back half of this. I mean, he leveled up, lived with 1 HP. That really changed the fight. Because I thought once Knight gets taken down, again, Knight's like the big target for me that you really have to worry about. And Jiejie and TheShy were doing their best. I feel like, again, this is a little bit split. And the one consistent factor is that On was just never able to be reached. The IG comp, they really struggled with range. And On was able to function in this fight with 1 HP. Really offered a lot throughout it and changed the fight in the back half. Like, that's though, could it be a rune prison into the combo on the Beichuan? I think a rookie connects to that. Beichuan does go down, and then On's in trouble. But On, playing with 1 HP, the fact that he lived through that level up, was able to throw out all those extra abilities. Think of the value that provided the BLG in that fight. I think that was the big difference maker.
God, man. Beichuan, put the team on your back, though.
Yeah, that too.
My God. The sidestep on the Q, too. Oh, we had so many questions. I know I said this earlier, but is this the guy to really bring BLG back to fame, back to internationals? He's putting in the damn work now in these last 3 games, and he is absolutely finding the difference. 3 years on TT, by the way.
Yeah,
TT, one of the average, middle of the pack, even bad teams in the LPL.
I mean, they were impressive, though, in Split 1. Like, Beichuan actually had them in the upper bracket off of their group placements. They beat BLG in a best-of-5, right? I think earned the respect.
But that's just this year. He had been on that team for 3 years.
Exactly, yeah. But still, this year is what matters. And every series that Beichuan has played, it's been the biggest series of his career, and he's stepped up and delivered. Been really big in the back half of these games, 3 and 4. Okay, Elk sends one wide. Rookie sees Otacon now down to half. It's being done in full view, but looks like IG doesn't want to fight this one. Not going to do anything to contest it. Otacon empowering the 3 Drakes already in the pockets of BLG. And Soul going to be available to them in a minute 15.
IG trying to circle the wagons in some way, shape, or form. Going to TP out, trying to maybe get a play onto Elk. Rookie couldn't find the Realm Prison, but they will end up locking down Beichuan. This is a big shutdown if they can get Beichuan down. The Crescent Guard coming in, Bin's joining. Beichuan going out. Public Execution misses again. How many times can you miss and expect to make it to internationals? IG are being dusted here as another one goes down. Rookie just finds an exit here. Might have taken a wrong left.
He's dead.
And now Ben will chase him down. We've seen the track record. We've seen Knight's victories over Rookie, and he's looking to bring back the nostalgia. Nice. Jiejie is going to get the one back at least. There's the kill onto Rookie. Jiejie going to try to get his way out with the Vault Breaker. Gala now in trouble. Going to have the Valkyrie out. Still a win condition for BLG.
I know that TheShy missed the R. I'm really questioning how Rookie's playing some of these fights. Like, Rookie has been such a big component of IG making this run, Mazel. And I really feel like these last 2 games, it's just been, it feels like desperation from him. And to be fair, I mean, IG are in somewhat desperate spots, but this game's within reach. I think that this is really playable for them. Like, you always have a way to play the game with Envesa, Vi, and Nico if you're able to close the gap, but Rookie's not playing with his team. It feels like he's really desynced. He chased Elk way too hard in that fight. Burning his flash when Elk still had his own available, which got Rookie stuck.
This is it. Oh, no.
Oh, yeah, no. This is...
Oh, he misses the Chains of Corruption.
It's still Rookie.
Rookie's just in the middle of all 4 of BLG. He's done.
Oh, my God.
That is a tragedy. Not like this, man. Please,
yeah, I mean,
not like this.
We're going down with a whimper as IG, man. I think of all the dragons where they've been picked in the last couple of games before it spawns. It was TheShy, it was Meiko, and then Rookie, really the pillar of consistency, has not shown up in these last 2 games. And now Gala's down. Soul is on the table.
Jiejie, gotta get in there, bud. Oh, nice! Preemptively slices them open, cuts their guts from inside of them, and spews his poison straight down the throat of IG. The golden left hand of BLG will not be stopped. He will make it back to internationals, and it's by his hand.
He's got that 3rd item, Rywise. Rookie could have used it on the front line last game. Instead, played Torpedo Azir. But Knight is really the pillar of consistency. I mean, on BLG, he has been the best mid laner of the entire split for LPL. I thought he was robbed of MVP from both the LPL and us. But he's not going to be robbed of a final yet again, Mazel. Knight doing everything in his power to make sure that him and his team get back to finals, get back to that win, and can resume the 4th win streak domestic final title streak that was broken in Split 1. Knight wants the chance to reclaim that title. And, man, he's been playing damn well in the last couple of games. And IG, man, just falling apart at the seams.
Obviously, we cover both teams. We have a lot of pride in like kind of keeping the unbiased. But man, this is just
don't want to see a team go out
watch.
like this. Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
Especially with the split. I have to laud IG in what they've been able to do. But this was the nail in the coffin.
I mean, I think the nail in the coffin was much earlier than this person, Mazel. But yeah, I mean, another context though, as that's those Karma Shields going to be even more valuable. The tenacity definitely going to help against the Wombo combo. Going to have to be a little bit cleaner, a little bit tighter. Now we throw out Layer RCC as IG. And frankly, going to need a bit of a miracle if IG wants to get back from this one.
Yeah.
And the damage reduction for the Casio with the Chemtech Soul, very underrated. You also have increased healing from your QEs, keep in mind. That you know, give you some health back. And this, again, I thought Casio was a great pick this game. They failed the first gank against it. And IG have just felt the punishment since then, really.
And, you know, you think back, all the way back to 2019. This young upstart mid laner just coming off his comp ban, takes down Rookie after the World Championship. He ends up losing that series. But that started the growth. That started the train that made Knight the mid laner of the LPL. Old guard, schmold guard. It is all about Knight. It is about what he has done for this league, but also for himself on multiple organizations, reaching that top and not even being close. There's a reason why he is the most lauded player in the LPL.
Oh, round war coming in. TheShy, he's stuck.
He's
the ground
completely cooked.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna get the root down onto him.
Yeah.
They block the cease, or at least the vault breaker. It is absolutely ugly.
I love the Casio pick. I think that BLG, again, one of the big things for me about that Anyone's Legend upper bracket matchup was that I thought they got outdrafted in that series. IG, I feel like they had good drafts too on their way here. Even for IG, right? The team that kind of is them, for better or worse. I love this draft from BLG. I think that the fact they got this comp in a Game 4 is quite illegal, and they are making it look like so. As this is going to be Baron secured, another step towards beating Anyone's Legend for that final tomorrow. As we're going to have to see if Knight can... a rematch of the upper bracket final, yes. But also, we're going to put Knight's resumption of his LPL domestic title streak on the line versus Tarzan, who is 0-7 in finals in his career, Mazel.
Yeah.
And he's going to try to get it done yet again tomorrow. And, I mean, in order to do so, taking down Beichuan. I know he's been big today, but you got to believe this is probably one of the biggest jungle mismatches on paper we've had for Tarzan going in. I know that's going to be a really fun story to track tomorrow.
It is indeed, and this is a fun story to track right now. This come up from BLG, but again, I mean, they're about to be put in a room with a team that is the most legendary in all of League of Legends, it feels like, in T1. The fact that they will match that 3-time back-to-back-to-back MSI appearance, I mean, that is such an accomplishment for an organization who just came off their first split win just last spring, and Meiko tries to go for something, but it is all for naught. Those fangs, they sink deep. The petrifying gaze will not be enough. Rookie will flash out. Turret's going down. Realm Warp just going to be a bait. He tries to step back in. Rookie, no! You were so close to that precipice, but you will find yourself falling off the cliff once again into those dark, deep waters of off-season.
I mean, the Hoopa 9.9 of the series versus Team WE sadly did not show up today for Rookie. As BLG looking to march their way back into finals, familiar territory for them, Mazel.
It is
they try and
indeed.
Reclaim the king title of the LPL.
Here they go. They want to go back to grand finals. They want that rematch with AL, and BLG can do no wrong. They will take that momentum into that grand finals. They will find that precipice again after disappointment in spring. 3-time MSI appearance. BLG make the world wary as they take the series over IG 3-1.
And how thrilling for LPL fans to have the team that has won an MSI title back at MSI as well. as I know a lot of the international hopes for LPL fans everywhere has rested on the shoulders of Bin, Knight, and BLG. And man, these guys are back in form. They're back in the final, and they're back to terrorize the world.
Watch and learn. BLG have become the monster we always knew they were. And it's off the back of Beichuan coming in from that TT roster and making the difference, finding the in-betweens between these teams.
After game one, he gapped Jiejie, man. Like, that's...
Yeah.
Let's give
a moment for IG, though. I got to say, this was the most lackluster end I think I could have possibly imagined for this team. But the difference between them from Split 1 to Split 2, I mean, you can see the growth. And I'm very excited to see IG in Split 3 and see them potentially contest for Worlds, because I think they showed the LPL what can happen when you're able to play a lot of comfort, a lot of different styles, and a lot of specialties.
I think that BLG, they showed some good drafts. Again, I love the Casio pick. I thought the Casio pick was just straight fire coming out of BLG. And yeah, this is a team, I really feel like anyone's legend, like a big part of their story this split has been Coach Tabe. It does feel like anyone's legend. They have edge on red side. They've had edge with drafts. For me, BLG actually did show a couple